Welcome to the fifth webinar on the paratriathlon rules. On the specific webinar, we will speak about the pre-transition and which are the rules that you need to keep in mind for this area. So, as we explained in the previous webinar, the pre-transition has to be located as close as possible to the swim exit, and we need to be able to use a flat surface and to be wheelchair accessible. Obviously, this area has to be separated from the spectators in order not to have any problem with the athletes' flow. The wheelchairs of the hand cycle category needs to be lined up and needs to be as close as possible to the swim exit, and then the rest of the area is provided for the rest of the categories. The VI athletes are not allowed to stop at this area for using it. And this is the area where the rest of the athletes, they can stop for removing their wetsuit. They cannot remove the wetsuit in any other place from the swim exit to their own transition spot. Eric?
So pre-transition area, obviously the intent is this to enable a safe environment and that is fair to all the athletes in the same class. We normally do lineups of equipment in numerical order just to be able to identify when a number is called out, how to best access that piece of equipment that the athlete require. If you have already been at some events, you will see that as we start getting rid of some of the equipment because athletes go through, we move the remaining equipment closer to the water exit area in order to facilitate and have a better flow of things. And we obviously need to make sure that there are enough racks or chairs where we can organize this area. Personal handlers are not allowed in this area except for those that are at PTHC. And again, sometimes if we have a pontoon, water exit, stuff like that, it is essential that they are actually on there and even holding on to the daily wheelchairs for safety reasons. Again, once the athlete is gone from this area, they cannot leave absolutely anything. They have to carry everything. This includes the PTHC athletes who have to carry their own wetsuit if they have had it stripped in this area. Technical officials, nobody from the organizing committee, nobody from anyone else is allowed to assist and help the athletes with wetsuit removal in this area. It has to be done on their own if they choose to do so. And otherwise, they have to do it once they reach their T1 area. And again, there's a new rule this year, which is normally it's above the knee amputee athletes who were doing this, but in order to ensure safety of the athlete and well-being, it's mandatory for them to use either assisted devices such as crutches or use their prosthetic leg to reach transition from pre-transition. They cannot hop on one leg for that purpose. If we have an exceptional race where the distance is maybe less than 5 meters or 4 meters from pre-transition to T1, it would be up to the TD to maybe allow for this to happen. But otherwise, they need to provide some kind of equipment into pre-transition to enable them to reach T1.
Since the World Championship last year in Rotterdam, we have set up a new system on the pre-transition. So basically what is happening is that we are providing signs that what they do is basically they put a number on the chairs that we have in that area. So the athletes are asked to leave on their own their equipment they would like to use in the pre-transition on a specific chair. So then we are not responsible anymore to give the equipment to them. The athlete has to remember the number of the chair, and as they're coming out of the water, they have to ask they have to ask the swim exit assistants to take them to the specific chair. This is more clean, this is straightforward, and then definitely helps on the flow. Still, all the equipment that they will be left in the pre-transition, they have to be numbered, and the technical official being in that area has to be aware where these equipment they have been left, just as a backup plan in case that an athlete forgets where he left or she left their own equipment. So on this drawing, we try to explain a little bit more how the pre-transition area works. So we have the swim exit, we have the swim exit assistants line up, there is a technical official who is basically monitoring this area and inform the technical officials in the pre-transition, gives them the athlete's number. And we have all the time one swim exit assistant inside the water for helping the athletes, especially the red swim cap athletes, to get on the sling. So we have an athlete approaching. Immediately the swim exit assistants, they go next to him. All the assistants, they have to work in a pair, no matter if we are supporting red or yellow swim cap. The technical official informs the officials of the transition the number of the athlete, and then the assistants are bringing the athlete to his or her daily chair, and then from there the athlete is leaving the area. Again, in a similar way, inside the pre-transition, as soon as the athlete reaches the specific area, in our case it's a hand cycle athlete, then by using his daily chair is moving the specific area. We have cases where athletes are leaving the specific devices in the pre-transition area. And it was stated, at least in the old rules, that bike shoes are not allowed in the pre-transition. So Eric, is this allowed, and has been any change on the rule on this?
We've added a provision in the rules by which we are allowing cleats to be mounted on a prosthetic leg, if that's the leg that the athletes are going to use also for the bike segment. So the athlete they've adapted equipment, as you can see there. There's this part sole which enables them to run safely. So what we are not allowing is for the cleat to be in contact with the floor when the athlete is ambulating until T1. The cleat clearly has to be either protected by a cover, obviously rubber, something that is not slippery or potentially hazardous for the athlete's safety, or has to be positioned in a way that it will not make contact with the floor in order to prevent, again, potential accidents. So this is allowed this year.
So this is the fifth webinar specific on the pre-transition. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you on the 5 remaining ones.
Thank you.
We're halfway there.